I spent way too much money buying loads of Aston Villa gear. Did you see my video about buying everything at the Villa store to save us from PSR concerns? I wasn't joking. It's all here. There are so many packages here. Yes, I might have spent too much money on football kits. Gonna count up the cost at the end. Let's start opening these bad boys up. Start with the kits. These were ordered from Adidas directly. I've done another video on how to save money and buy football shirts for the lowest possible price. One of my tips is to shop around. It might take a little bit longer, but as you can see, I have 4 different boxes ordered from 4 different places. We've got them from Adidas, Aston Villa's official shop, soccer.com, and Lids, which is also part of Fanatics. So the kits came from Adidas because they were the cheapest and they had both the authentic and replica in stock. If you want a full breakdown on replica kits versus authentic kits, I've just published a comprehensive guide. It is linked in the description. Another reason I purchased this was because it reminded me of the shirt that started it all. My first football shirt was a Villa kit, the 2010-11 away. Ashley Young on the back, of course, and it's the only black Villa kit in my collection. At the time, I had no idea that 15 years later, I would go on to have nearly 100 football kits and that this would be my job, or at least part of my job. Football is wild, keep following your dreams. This kit is kind of a dark gray / black, kind of looks like Real Madrid's kit this season. I'll dig into these kits shortly. Now, onto the next box. I say box because I wanted this box. This is something I've been really excited about since they were released. These are the Aston Villa Sambas. Let's give you a close look at those. These are pretty exciting. We've seen a fair bit of criticism about these. There's no trefoil on the tongue. Got the Villa logo there instead. It only says Villains on one shoe, Samba on the other. Whatever you're gonna say, fair enough. There will always be opinions. I think it's pretty cool that we have custom Aston Villa shoes. Just a few years ago, we were relegated and irrelevant. Let's keep moving. You know what's coming up next? Tracksuit time. You know I'm all about these tracksuits. This was probably the highlight of the Kappa era, and these might be my 2 or 4, I guess, favorite pieces of Villa kit in my whole collection. This is the jacket in the package from Lids. I've gone for both in a size medium. Let's try it on in just a minute here. But first, let's open up the pants. How about that? Okay. Just like the Sambas, there were some criticisms of the tracksuit. One of them being that it's the modern Adidas 3 stripes logo rather than the trefoil. Color-wise, I think it checks out. You know, it matches this same kind of dark plum. It matches really well with last year's home kit, the Sambas. This is the whole set right here. So, you know, I'm gonna say this checks out. It feels very light. I love the stripes running down the sleeves. Something I'm not a huge fan of is they're pretty small pockets. I don't know how you're gonna fit a phone in there, and no zipper pockets. That's one thing. These Kappa pants have zipper pockets on the side, which obviously is huge. Not sure this is necessarily gonna become my go-to tracksuit, but it is nice how it matches the current set of gear. No back pocket, but it does kind of feel like pajamas. It is comfortable. Pants seem to be a little bit of a different material than the jacket. What else do we have? The Villa golf shirt. Of course, just like a lot of you, I was waiting for this to hit the Villa site. It didn't show up for a while. They were held exclusively for that shop in the Bullring. So when it did, I had to pounce. Been hitting the links a few times this summer, trying to get my game up to match Matty Cash, Tyrone Mings, John McGinn. You know, those are the guys that are the big golfers in the Villa squad. This feels pretty good. I'm excited to wear it out on the course. Finally, last but not least, we've got a t-shirt in here. First glance at this Villa t-shirt, it doesn't scream Villa actually. It kind of reminded me of some of the Formula 1 merch. I've actually been working on some projects related to F1 lately, so I thought it would be fun to grab this. That's the haul. Can I even hold all of this stuff? The shirts, the shoes, everything. I'm full. Before we review everything, make sure to subscribe. That way you'll see all my videos about football kits, following Villa in America, and whatever else I get up to related to the beautiful game. Let's check out Aston Villa's 2025-26 away kit. We've got both versions, the authentic and the replica. We're going to be reviewing it and rating it, checking out the details, and seeing how it stacks up against other Villa kits, especially the Adidas versions. I hope you're excited as I am for the USA Tour this summer. 3 years in a row, I could get used to this. Last year we scored the home kit during the Q&A with Jacob Ramsey, Morgan Rogers, and Ian Matson at JD Sports in Times Square. This year I've purchased the kit before the tour started. This away kit came out at the end of last season. Villa wore it in the final match against Manchester United, where we completely blew it and missed the Champions League. Referee aside, we just didn't show up. Anyway, Unai is gonna win us the Europa League. I was thinking about buying it right when it came out, but after the result, I had a lot of trauma about this shirt. But life, football, supporting Villa, it's all about conquering our fears, banishing the trauma, and enjoying it. I realized we're going to play a lot more matches in this kit, and it's pretty cool, so let's get it. We have the replica and the authentic here. I'm keeping one, but wanted to check them out with you, and we can decide which one is worth keeping. Alright, kit lovers, here we are. First impressions. My eye goes to the badge right away. I'm still getting used to the new crest after all the changes in recent times. We've got more blue accenting on the sleeve stripes, but by and large, this kit is black and white. Cool sleeves with the pattern. You'll notice the pattern all across the whole chest here on the authentic that I'm wearing. This replica doesn't have it very prominently, doesn't have it at all, really, just that pattern on the sleeves. On the authentic, it's a little bit stretchier. On both of them, the material is 100% polyester. Both are size medium. We've tried on the authentic. We can see some of the sleeves stretching right here. That's what's gonna happen in a game. Shirt's gonna get pulled. There's gonna be some tugging. Yeah, I don't know. It feels light. The material feels pretty good. Let's try on the replica. So right away, going from one to another, I can tell that this authentic is a little bit more premium. We saw the sleeve stretching. This one stretches actually quite a lot more in the sleeves. In the shirt, maybe not as much. As I was showing you in the comparison video, this one is almost transparent. On this authentic, it's a few different pieces of fabric. The front obviously featuring the pattern. We've compared the kits side to side. Next, let's rate the authentic version of this kit. The details are just a little bit stronger. It's a dark gray color with a faint circular pattern across the shirt. The pattern is more visible on the sleeves, which are accented with light blue stripes. Crest. It's a one-color badge, and I love the blue accent. 9 out of 10. Design. The cool tone of the shirt is aesthetically pleasing, and it looks good in a match or with a pair of jeans. -1 for the replica version, which doesn't have the pattern. 8 out of 10. 100% polyester. It's a modern football shirt. Not as good as the material on last season's replicas though. It's just one piece across the body. 7 out of 10. Slim fit, but I feel that the modern Adidas kits are fine. 8 out of 10. Unique touches. Boring inspiration on the body and the sleeves, and the color palette of the crest is new. 8 out of 10. Overall, a decent enough shirt, but I don't think it's an instant classic. 42 out of 50, 84%. How do you rate it? As for the cost, what did this haul cost me? Replica, $100. Authentic, $150. Sambas, $105. Track top, $53. Track pants, $76. T-shirt, $29. Golf shirt, $83. Shipping, $18, tax, $24, in total, $596, but we saved $43 and we're gonna send back the authentic kit, so I'll keep it at less than $450. How does it compare to other Villa kits? Well, last year's home was a classic. It's the best-selling Aston Villa shirt of all time. I probably did it a disservice leaving it out of the top 5 kits video that I made for Villa's USA Instagram launch. But that's because I included the third kit and it felt weird putting in 2 kits from the current season when there are so many classics out there. This is only Villa's second season with Adidas, so if you exclude goalkeeper kits, this is only the fourth kit that we have to pass judgment on and make comparisons. I'm going to rank it as third out of the 4 kits so far. Seems low, but as I said, the 2024-25 home and third were amazing. All that said, I think Adidas has been solid. Simplicity can be brilliant. They may have played it safe, but home kits should be timeless. And last year's third had amazing synergy with the Champions League. The silver is stunning. And now a tribute to the bull ring, local love, it's fitting. Unfortunately, it isn't very prominent in the replica, but even so, I'm keeping the replica because you don't see it very much in the authentic. Plus, durability is a key factor for me, and it's nice to save $50. Did you get the Villa kit yet? Are you getting one this year? Let me know what you think of it in the comments. Thank you so much for your support. I couldn't do it without you. Everything that you do, Footy Fam, your likes, comments, shares, even watching the video all the way to here does so much. And if you're in a position to, you can support the content even further by subscribing to my Patreon page or becoming a channel member right here on YouTube. Find out more in the description. Long videos, so if you watched this far, you are a legend. And thanks again to everyone who's supporting Aston Villa, or even if you aren't a Villa fan, come out to the stadium, see me, see the team, and say hi. We'll be in Louisville, St. Louis, and Nashville. There's a link in the description with a bunch of activities that are happening. Looking forward to meeting all of you this summer. If you missed it, check out my video where I compare the replica and authentic version. Thanks for watching, and up the Villa.